from the Ministry Office of Dads for Life, international organization, nonprofit that works to enhance, enrich, and encourage dads all over the world to be involved in what we consider building their greatest asset on earth, and that's their children. We are excited to be with you here tonight for part two, second attempt. What does that mean? Well, it means a while ago I tried. And something with the internet, as you well know, sometimes that can happen. The internet just kind of went wonky on me, and everything you could hear me shuffling around trying to get things going, but you couldn't see me. And I just knew that you wanted to see me, right? Well, especially my lovely bride out there who is my administrator, and she is assisting us with this broadcast tonight. So I appreciate her for being here, as well as you and all the replay viewers out there tonight. Well, tonight it's Good Friday, and we are excited to be here with you for another HAPS broadcast here, where we're going to talk about part two of core values of a winning dad. Well, part two, second attempt. But let's kind of review what we did on Wednesday night this week. We were talking about the core values of a winning dad, and I want to kind of review that a little bit. Number one was commitment, and that commitment that inspires results. And your commitment, dads, must be at some point, well, at a point where it can inspire your children. That's what we want to do when we have that commitment in our fatherhood journey. Number two that we talked about on Wednesday night was contribution. It makes a difference. And when you contribute to your children and to their schedules and to their school activities and all that they have to do, it really it kind of creates a wonderful avenue to building that relationship that you desire. Whether we really have that relationship or not, I know down inside we want to, because that is a God-given responsibility. So I just want to thank you all for just doing what you can to be involved in your kids' lives. It is so important. Now, number three core value was a competency level that you're comfortable with. You know, even if you don't know how to do something, dads, you can reach out to other dads out there, or parents, because we have a lot of single moms that follow what we do too. We have single moms, we have grandparents, we have great grandparents that are raising children, believe it or not. So we're here to help any level that you're at in your fatherhood or parent journey, because we know that raising kids is not easy today. But when you don't have a good competency level at whatever stage you're in, there's so many free resources out there. And you can find those free resources, or you can reach out to us here at Dads for Life Ministries, because we are a resource center of parent organizations and resources that we can help you with, because we don't know it all. We don't even plan to know it all or try to know it all, right? So, but you can find whatever level of competency you need to find. So, hey, Maggie Kavanaugh's in the house, my friend from Tennessee area, and she is just wonderful lady. If you don't know anything about Maggie, well, you need to follow Maggie. She's on all the platforms out there. And so we are very thankful. And she gave me an award. I got an award. Where's the photographers? Okay. Do we get a grip and grin? I got an award tonight. No, on HAPS, you can give out awards. And Maggie gave me an award. So I don't even know what it's about. But hey, I appreciate Maggie for giving me an award. I tell you, she's an awesome broadcaster and just really just comes at you with everything she has every morning, regardless of how rough and tough that morning may be, because that's the kind of people I hang around. You know, it's the kind of people you hang around that's going to make you the kind of person you want to be, right? So appreciate you and Glenda so much for all. Thank you, Duke. Appreciate you too, Maggie. So we'll continue. Number four in review of our core values of a winning dad, or let's say / parent, communication. And that oversees effectiveness. When you have good communication, you can really impact your relationship with your children. But I've been to restaurants. My wife and I go to restaurants back, let's say, pre-COVID times, when restaurants were packed, and you see a whole family sitting there, and they're just kind of, well, looking at the menu a little bit, but they don't ever talk. They'll just start texting or looking at their phones or whatever. And, you know, and I kind of believe that the table and when we sit down to eat as a family needs to be a no phone zone. and we can talk about things. Remember how it was when we were younger, or at least when I was younger? I know that you can go to the table and there was no phones, there was nothing to distract you, but you can sit there and actually have communications about what happened that day, or maybe how you can help each other through a problem, or maybe something tragic has happened in the family and you all want to figure out how to do it or how to work around that. And that's what the table is for, right? You sit there and communicate. Well, how do we communicate today? We all know, right? With these things here. However, but I think communication between two people is still important. I think you can solve a lot of problems, even in our country, if people would just communicate and not think that the one person's always right. Drop my coffee. Don't want to do that. Now do it. All right. So we talked about communication there. Now, number 5 from the other night was cooperation, and that actually brings harmony in the family when you cooperate and you create that cohesiveness basically when the family. So let's talk about number 6 tonight, and we're going to go through 6 through 10 tonight because it's Good Friday. We want to get back to our families, and we want to talk about chemistry that enhances that personal connection. Sometimes you don't always agree with somebody. Sometimes you can walk in a room and, well, the room may light up because you walked into it. I am around a lot of people like Maggie. When, you walk in a room, she wants to talk. She's smiling. She's full of the Lord. She wants to just talk all you want to talk. But you walk in a room with some other people, or some other people walk in a room, there's just like you could cut the air with a knife. You ever been in a room like that? It is very difficult room to be in. So I try to break it up. I try to communicate. I try to talk to people. If I see somebody by themselves or whatever, I will actually go talk with them and try to create that chemistry, at least of that communication for that time. So when you do that with your kids, and you come home from work or whatever, and you go straight to your office and start working again, that's not creating chemistry. That's not even a good lab to work in right there. Okay. You need to really you need to maybe sometimes talk to them first, because they are not going to always talk to you, are they? So I appreciate when you can do that as a parent, but sometimes it's difficult. I've talked with parents who say, wow, they just won't talk to me. They won't talk to me. You're the parent. Figure out how you can get that communication going. Communication in family is so important. Absolutely. Change the atmosphere with conversation. So important, Maggie says. And she is a good one that can do that. So, number 7 tonight, I want to talk about a creativity that engages the family. Be creative. Don't always come in and turn on the TV. Play a board game. Play puzzles. Our niece and her family, they put puzzles together. In fact, I was over there recently, and he had an 18,000 piece puzzle. I didn't know they made them that big. I said, how long is that going to take you? Like 5 years? So he said, it will take a while, but you certainly can't lose a piece now. And you hope that the manufacturer, you didn't have one of them employees that just kind of left out a couple of pieces. Oh, 18,000 pieces. Wow. Find a mutual and common ground with your child. Absolutely. So if you could be creative, the most creative person in that family could possibly be more creative, but then when you kind of show them what you're doing, it might help create more creativity, if that makes sense, in the rest of the family. Our daughter has 3 children, and one of them is artistic, and even at 7 years old, we saw them this past weekend, and she gave us this little art piece that she painted. And I looked at it, and I'm trying to figure out what it is. She said, well, Grandy, that's your house, okay, which is about that big. She said, that's your barn, and it was like 3 times the size. And then there's a little cow over there. I could tell it was a cow because we have cows. So she said, now you got the picture? Yes, honey, I got the picture now. Once she kind of explained a little bit, I knew what I had there. Well, when she came over later the next day, I think it was, I actually had it up on the mantle. So I wanted her to know that she was important and her creativity is important to our family. So 18,000 piece. Yes. Isn't that something, Tasha? I would have to have the whole neighborhood, I think, helping me put that piece together, because I'd probably get bored after the first 5 pieces. I don't know. Now if it's a big Mickey Mouse ones, you can put together, maybe so, but I don't know. High award. She gave me another one. That's 2 awards. Where's that photographer? right? So, well, kind of guys, I get off on sometimes. I get a little bit out there, so that's what I was. By some common characteristic or quality. I'm not talking to you, Alexa. Off. See what I'm talking about? A system conflict of conflict management that reduces stress and tension rapidly. Can you believe that? She had the audacity to interrupt my broadcast right there. So go to sleep. All right. A system of conflict management that reduces stress and tension rapidly. So when you need to have a system, dads. I mean, if you're home with a family and some tension breaks out, you need to have a conflict management plan, right? Go ahead and just start working on that now, because there's going to be conflict. Why is there going to be conflict in every family? Because there's people in them, okay? So you want to have a system of conflict management and not yelling all the time. I'm not talking about yelling. Our friend Celia Kibler, who talks to us about parenting, and Pumped Up Parenting is her organization. And then I have another friend, Glenn Ellison of the Parent Help Center. They both teach about not yelling at your kids, okay? Because it takes two people to get in that big old argument, right? So, but if you have a good conflict management system that reduces that stress and tension rapidly, it will help with your relationship with your kids, with your spouse, with any family member, and actually with anyone, period. Okay. I got the high award from Tasha. I got another award from Maggie. So I'm just like getting all these awards tonight. So I said, community project. Okay. Yes. Doing community projects is good. Quality conversation with, talking about Alexa. I'm sorry, guys. I just kind of, I want to engage you guys when I see these comments. And okay, so have a system of conflict. Oh, she's just kind of writing what I'm saying. Okay, very good, Tasha. You're hired. So, all right, she's got to run, but grateful. All right, we'll see you. All right, talk to you later on, Maggie. So we got number 8 out of the way. Now let's go to number 9. A cohesiveness team is responsible to change team of the family. Okay, so when you have a cohesive team family, basically you have responsiveness to change. When there needs to be a change in the family or the way things are happening to make it more of a winning situation, then you can do that by just bringing that cohesiveness together, Dad. You're the dad. Figure out how we can do that. You know the personalities of all your children. I know friends. I have friends that have 9 children. I have a friend that has 12 children. So, I mean, that's a lot of cohesiveness, right? So you got to have a strong team family that can adapt quickly in situations when need be. And number 10, winning teams or families, winning team families, they have a sense of community. They want to, and I think it was Tasha that said community projects back there, a sense of community. And when, let's say, I have a friend in Alabama that just had the tornadoes that went through here a couple of weeks ago. And his family, a couple of blocks away, was not impacted other than wind. But two blocks down, there were families and friends that lost homes. So he brings his family together to go out and start working to help clean up other families. So as a community project, as my friend Tasha was saying, then you as a family community can impact your community by working as a family out there. So let's kind of go over these again tonight. So I see a couple more. So grateful for these great tools. Well, thank you so much. So I want to just kind of rehash a few of these, okay, or all of them. Commitment number 1, or core family number 1, was a commitment that inspires results. Core value number 2 was a contribution that makes a difference. Core value 3, a competency level that raises the standards. Core value 4 is communication that increases the effectiveness as a dad or a mom or grandparent, great-grandparent, whoever's raising the children. Core value number 5 is cooperation that creates harmony. Core value number 6, a chemistry that enhances personal connections. Core value number 7, a creativity that enlarges the team's potential. Core value number 8 is a system of that conflict management when we have struggles that reduce stress and tension rapidly. Core value number 9, a cohesive team or team family that's responsible to change, very responsive to change when necessary. And a sense of community is core value number 10. When we come together as parents, especially a winning dad, winning mom, winning family, then when we practice some of these or change where we're weak at, we can certainly help change the future that our children may be headed in. When you teach them these values, how many of you were ever brought up with values and morals and teaching respect? And I was, because I had to learn on my own with dad. Died so young, but my grandfather taught me a little bit of it, and I just watched my mom, how she treated it. And then I had as a young adult, I had a couple of gentlemen that helped me in my career. So I mean, I watch people. So when you don't know how to do something, you go out and learn it, or you watch them and you learn from them, and your children are watching you. You might say one thing but do another, and what are they going to do? What you do, not what you say. So that's what we're going to be talking. That's what we talked about these last couple of classes, that were a couple of broadcasts that we've had. So I want to kind of give you 8 basic keys to a conflict resolution, because they may come up, and then we're going to wrap up with the quote of the day and tell you some things about what Dads for Life is doing. So if you are having conflicts and you need some conflict resolution keys, here they are. Here's 8 of them. Speak the truth in love. It may hurt to tell something in love, but it is what it is, right? You got to do it. Tough love. Number 2, seek to understand other people in your family's point of view, or if you're communicating with someone else, just try to understand the other person's point of view. The problem today is that we want to argue so much, and we want to talk and talk over each other and get really loud. You ever watch news anymore? Oh my goodness. So you can't really hear 2 conversations at once. They make no sense to me. So I have to hear the other person's point of view. I get my point of view and back and forth. Number 3 is seek common ground. That could help resolve some conflict. Number 4, make expectations clear. Number 5, stay focused on the issue at hand. Don't get off on all these other tangents or things that happened last week or last month. So think about what is causing that conflict right then. Number 6 is maintain direct communication. Talking with them. Don't be talking to somebody else and get somebody else involved. Let's see what Aunt Ruthie says over here, or Aunt whoever, right? I mean, don't bring somebody else into that conversation. So I don't even have any Aunt Roofies or anything. So, all right. So maintain direct communication. No third parties. Number 7, listen and don't respond defensively. We get our feelings hurt too much anymore. Just don't respond defensively all the time. Life is going to go on. It's just like when I played Daddy Warbucks one time, and Annie and I, the Annie character and I, we sang, the sun will come out tomorrow. Okay. So just the sun's going to come out tomorrow, no matter how you respond. So we don't have to always act defensively, like, oh, your feelings are hurt so bad that you can't get over this. All right. Number 8 is make a commitment to the organizations, the family's organizational, as a benefit. Make a commitment to the benefit of that whole family organization. And that will help resolve some conflict. I hope, right? So it should. All right, so I've got a quote today, and actually I had to think about this quote earlier because I tried this broadcast, and then everything kind of went wacky on the internet. So I had to shut down and start over our second attempt here. But the quote is from Dean Karazis, I think is how you say that. It says, "Run when you can, walk when you have to, and crawl if you must, but never give up." Right? So have you ever been there? And our scripture of the day, being it's Good Friday, is this. Jesus said to him, Jesus said to her, "I am the resurrection and the life, and he who believes in me will live even though he dies. And whoever lives and believes in me will never die." John 11:25 and 26. It's Good Friday. Do something real exciting with your family this weekend. Go to church on Sunday. It's Easter, right? It's something definitely to live for. is a moment where we can come together as a family, get our picture taken because we're all dressed up nicely, and we're at church, right? Hearing the good word. So Dads for Life is here to encourage, enhance, and enrich the life of dads to be more involved in the greatest asset of their on earth, is what we consider as their children. So we're here through our broadcast, through our podcast that we have. You can go to our website at just go to my name, KeithJowers.com. And we're revamping that this month. It's going to have a whole new look come May. And our new show, Dad's Garage, is really exciting. So we're going to build fatherhood around classic cars and how we can restore the fatherhood image. So I'm really excited about that show and the vision that has been laid upon our hearts for that. So we'll be starting with that in May. So anything you need to find out, you can go to our website and just kind of click around. If you want to be a partner with us, you can do that right there as well. A one-time gift or a little bit each and every month. Everything goes right back into the ministry and keeps on going out. So until next time, hope you have a wonderful Easter. May God bless each and every one of you. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.